Commission that there were system failures. Systems don't create themselves. Don't the leaders who presided over those systems and created them have to take responsibility for the failure?
Well, the systems were designed within certain parameters. The systems were designed the normal sort of years that we see in Victoria and across Australia.
So you don't accept that many of the failures were so basic that they've got nothing to do with the scale of the threat on that day, that the messaging was bad and ambiguous and that it would have been the case regardless? You don't accept that?
What I accept is that I've set up a Royal Commission to look at all of the facts and to look at all of the facts and all of the circumstances and to advise on that. And the purpose of advising on that is so that our government can make the appropriate changes, if required, to make the state safer going forward.
One argument that's often advanced in response to criticism of the CFA is that it will demoralise volunteers to say that. But anyone who's sat in the Commission every day can see that the criticism has never been directed at the firefighters on the ground. Any criticism has always been about policy and about the leadership. Why do you perpetuate that myth that to criticise the CFA is to criticise the people on the ground? That's not helpful, is it?
Well, again, I'd reject the basis of your question, and I just wouldn't accept the hypothesis that you're putting. You see, the reality is for every person who serves in the CFA, from people who are on the back of the truck to people driving the truck, through to the people in the incident control centres, through to the Chief Fire Officer, they all have to make decisions, crucial decisions, sometimes life and death decisions in the course of their duties. So they all know what it's like. On the day in question, I think that everybody in the field, I've spoken to hundreds of them, in the incident control centres and in the control command, gave more than 100%. The hotspots, the most potentially dangerous, were the Dandenongs, Macedons and the Otways. And when that fire got underway at Ferntree Gully, if that had been allowed to run, it would have destroyed the Dandenongs. Now, given the speed at which fires were travelling that day, it was 2 o'clock in the afternoon when they started to contain that fire, it could have destroyed thousands of houses and taken hundreds, if not thousands, of lives. And taken hundreds, if not thousands, of lives. And taken hundreds, if not thousands, of lives. We will never know that. That's the point. We will never, ever know that. We know we lost lives, tragically, on February 7th, but we don't know what the alternative might have been if decisions hadn't been taken to deploy resources which put out fires